Why teaching? Why is that important? Welcome into another edition of Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. I'm Chris Yow. Scott Stewart coming your way from Pulaski in just a moment. Right now, we're going to tell you about the great show that we do have lined up for you. Scott's got a great interview he'll tell you about in just a moment. We'll also have a couple of groundbreaking ceremonies here in Maury County this week, so stay tuned to find out what those are. But right now, we look at the front page on the Wrap. On the front page, you can find a fantastic photo from the bike ride and color run that benefited the Well Outreach that was held on July 4th, Independence Day last week. Also, a couple of stories coming to you about events coming up in the future, as well as one going on right now. The State Museum here in Middle Tennessee is featuring Maury County's Rosenwald schools, along with other schools from around the state of Tennessee, in the new exhibit that they have put together for the State Museum that will run through February of next year. You'll also find a ribbon cutting for a safe house in Columbia for folks in transition from prison and recovery into the world. So find that on the front page, as well as information on a couple of book sales at the Spring Hill Library. And of course, this weekend is the Sheriff's Rodeo. So stories on that as well. All of that and much more in Main Street Maury this week. So stick around. Right now, we'll send it down to Pulaski for Scott Stewart and his Pulaski Citizen Wrap.
Hey, welcome in, guys. This is the Wrap for the Pulaski Citizen this week. And I'm standing here in front of the turkey on the square, the actual on the east side of the square. And it is advertising Newsies. And as you saw last week in the paper, Newsies starts this weekend. Right here at STAAR Theater. I've also got an interview coming up. It's an interview I recorded with Tammy Pierchowski and Sandy Slayton Mavertheris, so stay tuned for that. On the front page of the Pulaski Citizen this week, we feature this weekend's Lynnville Blackberry Festival. And I actually have another interview this week. I got bonus interview, you get two this week. I got with Christy Tolley up in Lynnville, and she's going to tell us all about what's going on this weekend at the Lynnville Blackberry Festival. In the paper, we've got some articles this week from the County Commission, a couple that wrap up the June 29th meeting, and then I've got one that previews the upcoming meeting Monday. An arrest has been made. On the front page, you'll see that an arrest has been made in connection with a second fire at the empty Tanglewood Apartments, and those burned earlier this year, and then there was another fire there a few weeks back, and there's been an arrest made, an arson charge in that case. The school board meets Thursday, and on page A2 this week, we have a look at what they will be considering in Thursday's meeting. Page 2 also features our realtors and some of their top listings. Also inside this week, we have an article from Margaret Campbell on the Wrap Closet down at CB Outreach Building, and find out all about that ministry, and it's about to open up. That's going to open up next weekend. And the Wrap Closet is a great ministry. Check that out on page B1 of this week's paper. Johnny Phelps, Giles Pass, he highlights Campbellsville this week. And as always, we have obituaries, backward glances, court docket, property transfers, fun and games, and some school news this week from the past year. We'll be right back after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Having a good, confident smile and being able to portray that positivity to others is really helpful.
A professional family atmosphere is what we get every time we come here.
Our hygienists do a better job at kind of assessing mouths and coming up with plans than most dentists do.
They're very kind and they're very aware of other people.
I think if there's things that I would want you to leave here with, I want you to feel like you were heard, that we listened to you, and I want you to feel like that your concerns were addressed.
Hey guys, welcome in. We're in historic downtown Lynnville, and I'm with Christy Tolley, who is, among other things, the tourism director here in Lynnville, and big things going on up in Lynnville this week. It's going to be the Blackberry Festival. There's all kinds of stuff going on, and that's why I'm here, because Christy's going to tell us all about it.
I just want to welcome you all to our Blackberry Festival. This is the 23rd year, so this is a long-standing tradition here in Lynnville. This is put on by the local community club, and we are so thankful that the city lets us host it here in downtown Lynnville. We have approximately about 70 vendors of all kinds. They're going to have some farmhouse furniture, knickknacks, talk about food galore. We have Charles from down in Pulaski that has the Italian ice. He's a local favorite. He's going to be here with his bus. We have Slick Pig Barbecue coming in all the way from Woodbury, Tennessee. All right. Our Wing Girl's coming back all the way from Savannah. She's going to be here. Nice. And the biggest thing that we had that I'm so tickled to death with, and everybody is we're going to do the grand reopening of Soda Pop at 11 o'clock.
Right here at the Soda Pop Junction. We want to make sure we give them a shout out. They're our friends. Johnny and the guys are our friends at Soda Pop, and that's exactly.
Yes, and we're talking everywhere you look, you will see UT. Like today, we're going to have orange on. Everybody's going to have orange on that day, orange and purple. The chamber's going to come up, and they're going to do a ribbon cutting. We're going to have some orange smoke and orange confetti. There will not be vendors in front of Soda Pop because that's where all the action is going to take place. It is going to be packed. We're going to have a petting zoo. There'll be pony rides, a water slide that's free. The petting zoo is free. You just pay for your feed. Farmers market starts at 8. Something new we're doing this year. We do not know how it's going to turn out, so we just want you to come out and bring your cars. We're going to do a cruise in, and it's all. Wish I had this in color. It's in color online, but any make or model, there's no cost. You just come in, and we're going to do a 50-50 split drawing. So we can do it by your arm length, your height, or the length of your car. You get a ticket, so everybody has a chance to split the pot, no matter how big it is or how small it is. Just come, bring sunscreen, bring water. If you have pets, please leave them at home. Concrete's hot. Most importantly, we just want you to come out to Lynnville and love our little town like we do. When you go into Colonel's, enjoy the smell of leather. Leave your food outside. When you go into Fried Pie, get you a sandwich now. Get you a blackberry pie. Yep. Go on down to the real estate company if you're thinking about moving to Giles County. Go eat at Soda Pop or eat outside, and then go get you a milkshake. It is going to be busy. Please be aware of the pedestrians on the street. Look for parking signs. If you need help, just say, hey, where's Christy Tolley? Hey, where's Mayor White? Where's Miss Roberts, Miss Judy? When you go into our train depot, enjoy it. It is a self-guided tour. Just close the door. We don't want to air condition outside. We just want you to come out and have fun. We also have a Dunkin' booth this year. We're going to try to get Mayor White in there so you can dunk him.
Everybody lined up for that one.
Yeah, we're going to break the bank. I think it's $5 for 3 balls. There are also going to be wagon rides downtown. They are free, but they work off of tips. We got a donation to sponsor the wagon rides and the petting zoo from Ingram Angus. We are so thankful for him and his involvement in the community. Yeah. So thankful. Also, the distillery that day, they're going to be set up downtown. No, there is no alcohol in Lynnville, but you can go 2 miles down the road. Do some tours down there. They're going to have some specials, and they're also going to give back some money to the city, which is fantastic for us because we are changing and growing every day and wanting to do more projects. So the farmers market starts at 8. Come and get you some produce. The peach people are always here on Blackberry Festival. They will have blackberries for sale as well, and jams. There's face painting for kids. There's going to be a balloon artist guy twisting balloons up and giving them out for kids. The festival technically starts at 10, but all the vendors will be here around 8. So you can come on out. You can have breakfast at Soda Pop. Yep. And then again at 11 o'clock, we want everybody to pour in and show Soda Pop love after having their little electrical fire being closed for about a month. Join the chamber, be part of the ribbon cutting, and be part of making history here in Lynnville on July 15th.
Yeah, the Blackberry Festival is great. Thank you, Christy, for all you guys doing. The town looks great. Coming up this weekend, starting at 8 o'clock, they're going to go from 8 to 5.
8 to 5, or till you go home.
Till you just go home. You know, they may be sweeping you out with the
confetti, with the orange confetti and the orange smoke.
I've always loved the Blackberry Festival. It's something that's been going on since pretty much I've been back in Giles County, and it's one of my favorite things. So, and blackberry ice cream.
And we will have blackberry ice cream. We're going to have blackberry banana splits, blackberry cotton candy.
What?
And we're
I
going to
hadn't
have
had that.
yeah,
Now,
blackberry
wait a minute.
cotton candy and vendors.
Right. I'll tell you this. You will be surprised at just how much can be going on right here in downtown. Lynnville.
Little Town Big Festival.
That's exactly right. Little Town Big Festival. Come to the Blackberry Festival right here in downtown Lynnville. Start on July the 15th, and we will see you there. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Custom Stone Handler supplies over 600 distributors and suppliers with quality stone products. Along with River Stone, we produce and distribute over 100 building, landscape, and other bulk products. Our goal is to provide quality products, service, and partnerships to ensure our customers' success. We firmly believe that the measure of any person or company is how they treat other people and customers. Give them a call at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com. Earlier this week, reporter Olivia Adams was at the Maury County Archives where they had a groundbreaking for a brand new extension of their facility, and she's going to tell you all about it now. Olivia?
The Maury County Archives building held a groundbreaking Monday, July 10th for the expansion of the 60-year-old building, which is currently home to one of the most extensive collections of historical documents in the state of Tennessee. In April, the Maury County Budget Committee approved a maximum price of $10 million for the expansion, which will total 18,500 square feet.
We're excited about the building. We're adding almost 19,000 square feet to this building. So it's a lot of space. As I said, our biggest challenges were out of room. The courthouse basement, back in 2001 when they started the archives, they had a human chain that moved the documents from the basement of the courthouse to the archives. That basement in the courthouse is full now again, and all of the departments have records that need to all migrate to the archives too. So having 18,600 square feet of new space is going to allow us to be able to house that collection really well. And it looks to the future too. We've added space in there looking to the future, that this is going to be hopefully our one and only expansion project.
The building is home to one of the most extensive collections of historical documents in the state of Tennessee.
Maury County has been almost meticulous in keeping our history. And so now we have this wonderful expansion, and I have been through and looked at the plans. We also have other counties who are wanting to join in our archives and give us other information that we may not have had. So we are very excited about what we have going on here. And of course, Tom Price is excellent at his job. He has these volunteers who are dedicated to what they're doing. And I am just pleased as I can be that we're going to continue the tradition of being excellence in history in Maury County.
During the war between the states, when the Yankee Army was burning everything, Maury County leaders at the time had the sense and the foresight to get all the documents out of the courthouse. So none of those were taken out. We have everything from that time period. And so what makes that so important is that, somebody's great-great-grandkid may want to know what their great-great-grandfather did. We've got those documents. We've got the marriage records, the court cases, all that stuff. And being able to preserve those for generations that are, here now and to come, and 100 years from now, 200 years from now, with the level of sophistication that we got to preserve and digitize this stuff, it's there. I mean, we are the leader of the whole state as far as this goes at the county level.
I consider it certainly, and I've been in the business long enough to be able to compare. We're leaders in the state in terms of an archive. So expanding the way we are is going to allow us to do everything that we do now and do it a little bit better and do it a little bit more. And that's our biggest challenge, is we're out of room. Because we have all of the documentary history of Maury County from its formation in 1807 all the way until now, that translates to millions of records that we have to organize, make available to the public, and preserve.
The Archives building plans to have a facility where historical documents can be preserved, whether they belong to Maury County or not.
And that's a key one for us too, in that our new facility will have a fully operational paper conservation lab with a paper conservator on staff. Will allow us to do more detailed conservation work on our collections, our maps, our documentary history, our court records, our marriage records, all of those things, and then help the public out too. We're going to offer that service to the public. Anybody who's a collector of historic documents can come and have their records conserved. And other archives in the state that don't have that ability, we're going to open that service up to them as well. So I see that as a real service that Maury County is going to be able to provide as we move forward.
Last month, the Maury County Admin Committee approved over $218,000 for an 18-month-long contract between Baxter Enterprises and the Archives Building for temporary lodging of the documents.
Oh, I'm pretty good at picking up shovels. Remember, I farmed for 35 years.
While the expansion is taking place, the collection will be moved to Muletown Rec, which is located at 1445 Oak Springs Drive in Columbia. Reporting from Columbia, I'm Olivia Adams. Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Hey everyone, Tammy Perchowski here with STAAR Theater at Antoinette Hall, and today I'm sitting here with Sandy Slayton Mavrotheris. She's the director of our upcoming Disney's Newsies here at STAAR Theater. And let me tell you, this show is going to be mind-blowing. I cannot believe the talent. Sandy, tell us about it.
Oh, it's wonderful. The fun thing about it is that a lot of the kids that used to come and do the Disney Juniors with us years ago are now adults and married and kids, and they're playing the adult roles. And there aren't hardly any people on the stage that aren't veteran actors. So you can imagine the talent that we have up here. It's so much fun. It's probably more fun than anybody should have in a summer. I'll just say that.
That's the truth. Now, how long have you been in rehearsals for this one?
We started we had auditions the second week of June, and we've been rehearsing a couple nights a week, and now we're down to the wire, so we're here pretty much all the time. But it's just been so great. And summer shows are hard because everybody has church camps and vacations, but these kids and adults came in knowing their lines before we ever even started rehearsal. And the entire cast can do everybody's role. And the entire cast knows everybody's songs. So it's just been so much fun.
And the costumers have had a good time with this one too, because of course the play is actually set like late 1800s.
Right,
so,
1899.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good. Give us a little bit about the synopsis of the show for those out there who aren't familiar with Newsies.
Well, it's based on a true story. In 1899, a lot of the New York Newsies decided to get together and strike, but instead of just them striking, they included all of the children that were workers in New York City at the time, which we read some of the history, and oh my goodness, there were kids that worked from the age of 5 up, not just as Newsies, but in every kind of job that you can think of. So all of these kids formed this strike, and every kid in New York was involved, and the whole entire city shut down because they didn't have anybody to do anything because the kids were most of the workforce. So it's an actual thing, the Children's Crusade. Some of the characters in it, Pulitzer for one, and Roosevelt is in it. So it's based on real people. Of course, the names are changed a little bit, but it's just, if you have the opportunity to look it up, the 1899 Children's Crusade, it's very, very interesting.
You know, that's a neat thing about the theatrical productions we have here at STAAR. Our directors are really good about like teaching the history of the play and the story, especially if there's the truth involved in it. It kind of helps, you know, kind of rounds out the actor a little bit so they understand what they're doing. They're not just up here, you know, spitting out lines. They're actually learning and trying to portray something for the audience on the stage. And I think when they get that, when the directors help them discover that, it makes all the difference in the world.
Well, one of the fun things has been turning some of these Giles County and Lawrence County and Lincoln County folks into New Yorkers. So we have some excellent accents, and then we have some really Southern New Yorkers on stage, but that's okay. And it's a laugh. I mean, it's a laugh. You have one kid that has this great accent, and then the next one comes in from, with a good old Elkton minor hill twang going on. So it's a lot of fun,
Now the vocals on this one, she was talking
amazing.
about talent, and Holly Aldridge is our vocal director on this, and as she puts it, she hardly had to do anything. Walked in, and these guys had harmonies down. I was literally here working with Anna Kate one night on sets. She's been fantastic on our set design as well, and we were here working on sets as they were rehearsing, and I'm like, surely that's with the tracks, right? And it wasn't. It was actually these actors singing it. So they are that good, y'all. You need to come and check this one out for sure.
They really are. And they came in, a lot of them are familiar with the show, and there's apparently an entire Newsies fan club. And so they came in knowing their songs, and all the harmonies blend and all the voices blend, and it's a beautiful show. It's just been a very, very wonderful experience doing the show, and I think any of the cast members or the directors will tell you that it's been a blessing for all of us, for sure.
It has been, and we appreciate Sandy as well as we do all of the directors here at STAAR. We have lots of shows going on. Every other month something new is coming up, but this one is one not to miss. Now the dates for this one are going to be coming up here shortly, July 14th through the 22nd. We do have a Thursday evening performance because we know people are busy in the summertime on the weekends, so we threw that one in there. We've also got one Sunday matinee, so lots of opportunity for folks to come out. You can go to staartheater.org. That's STAAR theater.org for your tickets. We still have availability on all of the shows, so we're hoping to fill the house because this cast is absolutely deserving of folks coming out to see. Every time you come to STAAR, we hope that you see something new and something better. That's definitely our goal here. So, but yeah, thanks to the many volunteers that help make this happen. Can't do it without their efforts. That's what makes it tick. That's what makes it community theater.
Right.
That's what makes it fun.
Exactly.
Jones and Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50 plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones and Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Welcome back into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's time now to take a look at sports. We will start with Mo in Maury County.
Thanks, Chris. In this week's print edition of Main Street Maury, we've got an article on former Columbia Central baseball standout Jaden Ham. We mentioned a couple of weeks ago that he expected to hear his name in this week's Major League Baseball draft. Well, he did, going in the 5th round to the Detroit Tigers. So we've got some coverage of that. Also, we cover coaching changes. Mount Pleasant has named Weston Ford as its new girls basketball coach. He replaces Paul DeVos, who left earlier this year and has moved down to the middle school out in Mount Pleasant to coach girls basketball out there. So again, we've got coverage of that and a couple of other moves across the county as well. Columbia American will host this weekend's Little League State Tournament for the 12U's, which is a step on the road to Williamsport, which you've seen those games on ESPN for years and years and more years, the Little League World Series. The winner of this state tournament will go to Warner Robins, Georgia to play in the Southeast Regional, and that winner goes to Williamsport. So come on out to Maury County Park this weekend starting Saturday or Friday night when the 8 teams will each have a couple of players in a home run derby over there. So come check that out. Wraps up on Thursday night, the 20th, weather permitting. Got to throw that in there. Also, we've got an article on the Tennessee Titans utilizing mental coaches, trying to sharpen up their mental approach to the game as they get ready for the upcoming season. And sports physicals. If you've got kids in middle or high school, get those taken care of, and we've got an article telling you why it's important. So, again, be sure and pick up a copy of this week's Main Street Maury print edition to check all of that out. Also, again, we'll have coverage of that Little League State Tournament this week on the website. We'll be updating Jaden Ham's situation with the Detroit Tigers, get some comments from him, from some Tigers brass, that kind of thing. And coming out of the dead period, I'm sure we'll have some high school stuff to talk about on the website and in next week's Main Street Maury print edition. Thanks.
Yeah, another big week of sports content for us here at the Pulaski Citizen, including a feature piece on Giles County rising junior soccer standout Christian Sense. Christian was named to the Class 2A TSWA All-State team, had a phenomenal sophomore year. Giles County made a very surprising run all the way to the region semifinals. First appearance for GCHS that deep in the postseason in nearly a decade, right at a decade. So Christian, a big part of that. Christian is a rising junior. We've got information on his past season, as well as some interesting tidbits on what's to come. This is a kid that a lot of folks in the community are excited to see what he can do and where he eventually, hopefully one day, will play collegiate soccer. Other news and notes, we obviously have words from our good friend, Mr. Larry Woody. That's pretty much in every edition of the Pulaski Citizen. But also, we had some of our younger superstars here in the community as the Lady Faith Over Facts AAU basketball team went up to Sevierville a couple weeks ago and took home a really strong prize as they win the Silver League bracket. This is a team comprised of predominantly Giles County High School players or players that will be featured eventually at Giles County, whether that is Bridgeforth, whether that is Minor Hill, or whether that is Elkton, all of those comprising or funneling into Giles County. So these young ladies, they've been practicing hard. Tyler Smith, former UT Vol standout, former Giles County legend, obviously, alongside Ashley Coleman, and a lot of great personnel behind the scenes making that AAU team into a championship caliber squad. So we've got news on that still to come. We've got a few other stories that we're going to be rolling out here in the next couple of weeks. Football is upon us, folks, and we're going to continue to have coverage on Giles County and Richland as we get closer to kickoff in the month of August. But for now, you can read all about it at PulaskiCitizen.com, and you can catch us in print on newsstands next week right here in Giles County.
They have always met wildest expectations as far as taking care of my teeth and my health. You know, teeth health is very important now to your heart. And I told him one day, I said, I'd love to have nice teeth and nice hair. And he said, well, I can take care of the teeth, but I can't take care of the hair. And I said, you can make my teeth? He said, yeah. I said, well, let's go for it. And he did. And I have been tremendously pleased. Dr. Hart, if you need him at night, he's here. This staff here will take care of you 24/7. You don't have to worry about, I can't get a hold of my dentist, my tooth's hurting. No, they will be here for you. And if I could get Dr. Hart to take that same artistry that he has and grow hair, then he would be double rich.
Welcome back in. Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's time now to take a look at the weather from our friends at Tennessee Valley Weather.
Good Wednesday to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast for the rest of today and for the rest of this week. We are starting off on a dry note for this morning. However, we are going to crank up the heat, humidity, as well as the storm chances by the time we make it to this afternoon. We're talking temperatures in the lower 90s after we get into the afternoon, and we will start to see some showers and storms pop up mainly after lunchtime and mainly to our south. However, I can't rule out shower and storm possibilities for southern middle Tennessee as we head throughout the afternoon. And then we will see this line of storms, but it will, at least to our thinking right now, weaken before it gets here. However, we are going to hold on to those storm chances overnight, just not looking as strong as what it's going to be to our northwest. Here's your 7-day forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Again, a little bit stormy for today, and we stay with the unsettled weather pattern over the next several days. We also stay hot and humid. High temperatures in the lower 90s for the next several several days. Not until we get to Sunday do we catch a break, just only until the upper 80s. But we are going to hold on to storm chances daily, with the best chances looking to be this weekend.
And that's going to do it for this edition of Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. Make sure to check back in with us next Wednesday at 10 a.m. or on demand on the Main Street Media TV app on your Roku, Apple, or Android devices. Until then, we'll see you next time.